Hello. Welcome to my weekly PPP at Zanete Knits headquarters. That is Progress, Plans and Problems. And I am back after a few weeks off from doing this. So glad to be back, but I do have so much to tell you because so much has happened since the last time we talked. So first of all, as you can see, the Pagan Sky fingering weight cardigan in Farmer's Daughter Fibers Squish Fingering is finished. Liana finished the other sleeve and already sent it back. I still haven't blocked it, so it's a little bit, what's the word? Stubborn in how it sits at the moment, but I will get to blocking it very soon. And thank goodness I chose the cardigan option in the summer. It's very handy because I love just opening it. And I did the steeking, and because this isn't a particularly sticky yarn, I decided to add a little ribbon in the inside to really secure the steek. And I just love how these randomly picked out buttons really go with this version of the color combination. The test call started the test knit started last week, and it's really underway. This is the first time we are also trialing Slack for test knitters, and it's so lovely to see the lively atmosphere and so many people engaging and sharing their progress. Way to honor designers. I love how this one's working out. So yeah, I will take that off because it is really hot, even with the cardigan open. Because the next thing that I want to, with regards to timelines, this will be released mid-September. Because it's fingering weight and the gauge is quite small, we're giving test knitters a good chunk of time to complete the tests, which is why the release is so far in the future. I had finished that and I was working on this cardigan that is, I have decided to call it Christina cardigan because it is Christina's design and idea for so many yarns on my desk. So I'll put it on to show you the progress that I've made since last time we talked about it. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna throw something on the floor. Yarn management is not going well for me at the moment. Alright, I guess you can get the idea. I feel like I'm in special clothing for people who can't control themselves. So yeah, there we go. Almost completed a sleeve, and I've also added the base, the collar, and I'm yet to finish the body and add the button bands, so it's going to be a button up all the way, or wear it like this, I guess, is also an option, and it looks really cool. So I've still got a little bit of the sleeve to do, and then I will do the cuff on the opposite, like it is for the collar. So this is a half fisherman's rib or half brioche stitch on the wrong side. It looks like that, and Christina wanted to use this as the right side, so on the wrong side is actually a more traditional look of the stitch, and I'm going to use the actual right side for the cuffs and hem, and as the collar sits like this as well. So I really love that, how we can use the same stitch pattern to get multiple different looks. Because there's a lot of slipping of stitches and they're not knit every row, it means that you basically have to work every row twice to get ahead, which is it means that it's taking a while. And you probably know me and my color work fantasies, and that I need I needed to mix it up. I couldn't just work on the same color for a long time, which is why I had put this on a bit of a hold even before I finished the finish the sleeve, and I will tell you what I did instead. I cast on a new colourwork yoke sweater. Ta-da! This is it. Oh, because I spun and plied the yarn that I was showing last time, I still had to spin the other single and ply them together, and it created a very beautiful skein of yarn, and I just couldn't wait to get use of it. And so here is the beginning of the yoke. Well, beginning? It's probably about 25% there of the yoke meditation series 3, which is turning out to be a sport weight project again. I think the cardigan was sport weight as well. Most of them are sport weight for now. I'm gonna have to do something about that to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, and it's extremely warm because the main color here is Drops Flora, held with a strand of Debbie Bliss Angel, which is mohair. So it's very warm. And that's the main color, and the contrast color is this Polwarth in colorway Taproot, that is a lot of purple and greens interchanging all the time. I don't know how much of the gradient you can actually see in this light, but there is a gradient. It makes it look very alive, and this is currently the project that has paralyzed all other works in progress, because I can't put it down until I've gotten at least to the sleeve separation. I started it by casting on here and worked down in the round with increases following a colorwork chart, and then I added this little neckband by picking up stitches around the neckline. So that means you can, you know, adjust the neckline if you need to, make it wider, narrower, etc. I'm going to take it off because it's hot. Oh, and if you're wondering what that thing on my hand is, there is a bit of an update on my hand situation. On one of the episodes before, I was telling you about a ganglion cyst that had developed, and I have since seen an acupuncturist who confirmed that yes, it is knitting related and that knitting caused me this. And I have had a couple of acupuncture, electro-acupuncture therapies, and I found those really helpful. And he's asked me to wear a herbal plaster on my hand and wrist where it hurts, to just deal with the inflammation, and hopefully it will go away and I won't have to have any surgery or anything else. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. It's doing much better than it was before. So I'm a believer in acupuncture too now. So yeah, that's the third project that I have to tell you about since. There is also a thing behind me. The Song of the Moon sweater is almost ready for release, and a release will be coming next week, so I hope you're ready for that. I have seen so many beautiful test knitter versions with multiple different colors, and they're all really gorgeous. So yeah, I hope you are just as excited for this release as I am. And along with that release, we're also going to announce a new test call, and that will be for the socks, where I have completed one of the socks. The other one is still almost complete, because when you start a colorwork yoke sweater, that's all you do. Time and time again, I'm in the same boat. So yeah. The thing to know about these socks is I'm using Lamana yarns, Merida in 2 colors, and this was Lena's idea actually to make each of the socks of the pair in a different color, so invert them so that one of them is a light at the base and the other one is dark at the base. And it's been an interesting project because I opted to try out anatomical toes. That means I have to always remember which one's the right one and which one's the left one. So you can see that the thumb, the big toe part is shorter than the rest of the toes, and I find that it does fit better and look better on my feet because I think I've got some wide feet. And what else is interesting? Yeah, it's the usual sole gusset and a heel flap, and then there's color work in the leg, finished with a 1x1 ribbing and tubular bind off for extra stretchiness. Again, the length is easy to customize. You could either do a bit more before you start color work in the leg, or do a bit more here. And the test call will be out next week for these ones. It's a funny thing how many different things people see in this color work. So I have my thing that I see there, but everyone we've asked sees something different. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you see in this sock. And these are called Valmiera memory socks. They are the next edition of the memory sock series from places where we our knitting friends and I have been together and bought yarn to make matching socks, and usually the test knits of those are a lot of fun. One more thing I can probably point out, that this week, last week we had the release of the Wildcat sweater pattern, and this week, that means that until the end of this week, the intro discount still applies, so you can get the pattern at 20% discount if you use the code Wildcat at checkout on Ravelry or our website. So just if you're interested in making an all-over animal print round yoke sweater, don't miss this chance. It's a fingering / sportweight project, and there's a lot of color work to do. This weekend I will be presenting two workshops / presentations as part of the Baltic tour, virtual tour to the Baltics by Melissa Liepman. So if you're there, I hope to see you face to face on our Zoom call, and I'm doing some prep for that. But I'm also already planning some projects for after all these whips are done, because that's how my brain keeps happy. I don't know if anyone else experiences this. While you knit one, you're already thinking about the next one, and I have some very exciting things in the pipeline. I'm expecting yarn for another round color work yoke sweater with a floral motif and ladderback jacquard technique, and I am thinking, or we are thinking of organizing a mystery yoke along sometime later this winter. And it would be good to hear if people would be, what's the word, brave enough, or would be interested in participating in such a thing where you know you're knitting a sweater or a cardigan, and that it will be a stranded project, and it will probably be a round yoke project most likely. But you haven't seen the pattern or the chart or the final sweater before you embark. So let us know in the comments if that's something that you would dare participating. I am really eager to make something like that, because I think it would be fun to reveal step by step how a yoke is made, and share that with more than just me. So that's basically an update of everything since I last spoke to you. And next Tuesday I will go in more details about the sweater behind me, the Song of the Moon sweater. So stay tuned for that. I'll mention how to choose the colors so that you would get the best outcome, how to combine them. Thank you for saying that you would be interested in participating in the yoke along. If there's one, there must be more. So that's very encouraging, and I'll get on it. I think it will be a Spin Cycles project. It will be a collaboration with some yarn shop and yarn dyers. I am not gonna disclose too much yet, so let's keep it mystery, but it's just gonna be a lot of fun. Until next week. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great week.